Hey YouTube, we got more ranked 1v1s for the channel today, and this is some pretty interesting 1v1s because FURIA is in London. And the reason why I know they're in London is because Jan is here playing some ranked 1v1s, and he's got 24 ping against Toxiic. Toxiic is a player from England, and Jan has the same exact ping as him. So my guess is he is in London preparing for the major that is coming up this next weekend and queuing 1v1. So we actually have 3 games between him and Toxiic, which is very interesting to me because Jan has secretly been waiting behind the scenes as maybe the best 1v1er in Brazil or in all of South America because he is high on the leaderboards all the time. He's in the top 10 and frequently is rated even higher than KV1, but doesn't seem to enjoy the 1v1 show match scene very much. Is focused on threes as far as the competitive scene goes. Doesn't mean he doesn't queue ranked 1 still, because as we see, he is here playing against Toxiic, and Toxiic has looked really, really solid in the 1v1 scene as of late. So it'll be interesting to see EU versus Sam, a matchup that we actually like to do a lot because US East is somewhat fair for them, but now it's truly fair. Everybody's on 20 ping. How will Jan look against one of the best 1v1ers EU has to offer? So far, looking pretty even. Toxiic wave dash kickoff is going to get him a third. I would love to see KV1 over here in London. I was going to be so excited. I don't know if you guys remember watching that last final, which is actually Jan versus KV1. FURIA versus KV1's team's called The Club. We went over it on the YouTube channel if you want to check it out, but unfortunately for the KV1 fans of the world, KV1 was not quite able to qualify for the major, so this isn't him here playing on the same ping as Toxiic, but hey, Jan is solid as well. Toxiic, though, running it up 5-2 with 3 minutes and 30 left to go. Tied 2-2 what felt like a few seconds ago. This time the wave dash kickoff for Toxiic not working nearly as well. First touch for Jan. Unusable. By the way, Jan's name, I don't know how it's said correctly. I know I hear some announcers say Yanks, which feels like a super American way to say it. When I read it, when I first read it, I read Jan, so we'll see if that ends up being correct today. I'm sure the YouTube comments will let me know. But when I copied the commentators I had heard and said Yanks, the comment said, "You're just saying it wrong." So let's try Jan, and we'll find out if the comments think I'm saying it right now. 6-2 for Toxiic. He has been sticking almost exclusively with this wave dash kickoff. That was a great aerial shot. Potentially find an angle. A really tough angle he was trying to find. Doesn't find it this time. Toxiic. That was a long irritable bump. Wow, that would have been a nasty touch from inside the net. Now Jan through the air. Early reset. Toxiic. You heard him jump underneath Jan. I mean, we didn't get to see him from his camera angle, but he heard him make his attempt, and he used his flip right at that time to make sure we never saw Toxiic in view. Tight angle. Nice shot. Toxiic expecting it to go high. Kind of pre-jumped high, and then the rolling shot ends up working out. Just comes from the respect these players give each other. Obviously, Toxiic had known it was going to roll. Would have been much easier to save. And just found himself some open field. I don't think Toxic's going to be able to catch back up. A nice single jump should finish off the race to the other side. 5-6. Man, super high scoring game so far. Right when it seemed like Toxiic was putting a bit of distance between these two, Jan is right back. Toxiic looking for the low 50. Jan got just enough of it. Toxiic, if he had a ton more boost, he could have gotten what he was going for there, which is, I think, to tap the ball past Yan, and then if he could accelerate back down to the ground, he could probably take a quick shot. Wait, is this long shot going to be in? Oh my god. Oh, that would have been such a crazy double. 0 boost. They almost just fell right into it after Toxic missed on the back wall. Man, Yan loves attacking through the air. A reset and a 6th. Exciting player as he wants to pop the ball at every moment he can. Toxic has just done a good job kind of punishing Yan on his mistakes. And you can argue that this was a mistake as well, going to a kickoff with Toxic. Why would you ever do that? You do know his fellow peers voted him as a top kickoffer. This time he's going to take it back into his own half. Yan does not want to stick around, so he's all the way back to his corner. And Toxic, not the best dribble. He actually made something decent out of it. But he was swinging wide left to the ball. And the ball wasn't placed far enough to the left for that to be threatening. Yan could just say, okay, you can swing with that angle. You're just going to launch the ball to my corner, not my net. But he actually did do a good job of snaking around and still placing. Oh, Yan got a little greedy. Creeping out to midfield. Wanted to pick up 100 at the cost of now a 2-goal lead for Toxic. You guys wanted to see goals. You're getting them. Toxic delay flick. Deciding not to use that final flip. Probably for multiple reasons. Accelerating the ball into the save could result in a faster turnaround, and he had absolutely no boost. So using the flip results in a slower recovery. So just double reasons why not to use it. Doesn't matter. Still the other way. Yan able to make it 7-8. He needs a really good kickoff here. Something that doesn't come frequently against a guy like Toxic, but he does have space, and of course, he's taking it off the wall. Great grab of the reset. Toxic, no way he's going to be able to get the save, right? Yeah, if you come off the wall that early, it has got to be free for the offender who hasn't pulled the trigger yet on the shot. So he just plays it ultra patient. Now we get a tie game. Are we going to see overtime here? Or is Yan potentially with this final? Nice pre-jump by Toxic. He has seen enough of these air dribbles. He wants to stop it before it starts this time, but Yan is still going to get a wall to air dribble. Reset early. He needs to keep it in the air. In his process of scoring, he popped it too high. That's got to hit ground, right? Overtime in this first ranked match of Yan and Toxic. And oh no. Oh no. Oh wait. Did he bump Toxic? It seemed like it's going to be a free goal for Toxic, but I think he got bumped. Certainly Toxic wouldn't have made that hit intentionally. Look at this low 50. Oh my goodness, that's a nasty low 50, especially for a guy who's been playing through the air all game long. Just gets a read and squeezes it into the bottom right. But we got 2 more games. This is a good one. But 2 more between Toxic and Yan coming up. Game number 2. These all came, I believe, from yesterday. I'm doing this in the morning. But yesterday, these guys queued these up. I'm not sure when Yan arrived in London, but I imagine in the past couple days. Oh, great flick from Toxic. Wow. Creating a good amount of power off of no boost. Enough to surprise Yan, that is, as well as me. Down a little slow on that dribble. Toxic just stealing it right off the top. 24 boost, not backing down. Good challenge. Can he continue to keep this pressure on? It is finally going to end. And oh, Yan missed touch. He was trying to get around that ball to cut it directly at the net because he knew he had that advantage. And he just slightly missed the touch because it needed to be soft right around the edge of the ball. So he will still stay scoreless so far in the first minute. This guy's moving quickly around the map now. Yan cannot stay up on that sidewall very long. It is a death sentence to wait there in ones. Oh, wow. I'm surprised he's turning this immediately at net. And he wasn't able to get it, but he was actually closer than I thought. Normally, demos like that, back on your own half with the ball momentum going that way, you don't even try and shoot them quick. You just accept the fact that respawn will be in time. But Yan did not want to accept it. And then going for the clip missing off the backboard. That's the risk. The risk he is more than willing to take. I don't see why not. He's had a better exchange in the air than on the ground. Or sorry, a better exchange in the air in his favor than in Toxic's. Just barely got enough touch on that. Yan did to pinch it high. All the air dribble, way too strong of a first touch, but wow, he actually does a decent job of turning it into something. Hard to handle, so he does eventually have to just tap it to the corner, but a worse player would not have been able to get anything out of it. Would have had to just sit and wait for it to come back down. Toxic trying to snipe the left post. Yan able to get the save. Now ceiling reset. Toxic doesn't use the flip. Instead, 50's on the goal line. 3-0. Toxic running it up. Maybe not terribly used to playing Yan, but after his first game, might have an idea. Did get an early lead though in that one as well. Toxic launching this one to the moon. Was he expecting to be able to demo Yan? I don't know what he was thinking there. As he flew around the net. We needed to watch from his perspective. Why would he be doing what he's doing? He definitely was going for the demo on the back wall, but it was far too late at that point. Maybe just frustration after the moonball flick. Almost a kick-up goal for Yan, which is something he desperately needs to even up the game there in that sense. Probably run away with the game if he could just control a few of the kickoffs into the net, but that's what makes Toxic so good. This time the delayed flick, wow. 180ing to use the diagonal backflip and just booming it into the top shelf. Especially that close to the net. No way that's going to get saved. I'm really surprised Toxic didn't pop it. His flicks have been so good, you have to expect that person to just dunk right away, right? I mean, Yan hasn't been able to react. So I would think he could expect him to come challenge early. But it seemed like Toxic was hoping for a fake. He was basically showing his flick, expecting Yan to shadow react early. Instead, Yan just turned and dunked, which was the right answer. And now, a third. Once again, the early lead from Toxic looking not so comfortable anymore. Fake kickoff. Trying to stay ahead of the game. He lets this ball roll down from the corner. Look at the pressure from Yan, getting Toxic to take that really poor flick. That's a good 50 for Toxic. Yan's recovery. Look at that own goal. What a top tier own goal. He was forced into it. I mean, Toxic was going to win that race if Yan didn't recover quickly. And he couldn't really afford to hit the ground and get a better touch. He did have to get as quick of a touch as he possibly could. But it did result in slamming it in his own net. Wow, that would have been a nasty pre-flip. You can see he tried to pull back on the flip to make sure he got the right touch at the end of it. And it'd be more exciting to talk about how he slotted it top right, but it was a miss. Oh, demo. This should be an open net. I guess it didn't come down to the ground fast enough. Yan missed his long shot, but he'll finish it off once again. Looking to close it out. I think this is exactly where we were, down one with 30 seconds. Yan needed a clutch in the last game. Can he do it again? Put a redirect. This touch to the back wall. But with pads, I'm surprised Toxic is being so aggressive. I guess he just feels good about keeping... Yeah. Oh, look at that. 6-4. A lot of times you'll see players bait the losing player into making a poor challenge in the final 10 seconds or so because they know they have the lead. But Toxic just played some standard safe offense and padded the lead even more. 6-4. It's going to be a win for Toxic even if somebody taps in one more, but that's going to hit the ground. So game number 1 going to Yan. Game number 2 going to Toxic. Let's see who wins game number 3 right now. Game 3. being played in London, maybe for both of them. I don't know what part of England Toxic is in, but he has a really easy read on his first shot, and once again the lead. Toxic saving that 17 boost, going wave dash kickoff on the diagonal, something we've seen players do a little bit more than they used to. When the wave dash kickoff came first onto the scene, even the players who loved it the most were avoiding it on the tight diagonal kickoff. No, that's actually a really quick tap to the midfield from the corner. I wasn't expected. Long shot does have to get pre-flipped in order to redirect it away from the net, and the recovery is there. So as he stopped the bleeding a little bit on this offensive possession, nope. Eventually Toxic will score 2-0. Every single game has resulted in an early 3-goal lead for Toxic. It's very interesting. What is it about the beginning of the game? I think these guys are playing all of these back-to-back. So it's not like Jan just takes a while to get a feel for him. You know, he's played the 2 games before this very recently. He should know exactly how to feel playing Toxic. He's got the discount alpha wheels on. Some Tunica. What are they? They're just regular Tunicas. I don't know what the regular Tunica color is, but it doesn't look like burnt sienna, but maybe it is. I don't know. Oh, wow. Toxic taking a shot in the air. Oh, my goodness, it's in. Okay, we got to watch that from Toxic's perspective. I don't know. I didn't even think Toxic had a shot here. Sorry, I try not to do this too much. Okay, we need to go a little bit farther back. He kind of gets bumped by Jan. Ceiling reset. Wow. And then he actually chips it perfect. Had he shot it hard, it would have been savable, I think. But it just gets there right at the right time and right in the perfect spot to go crossbar down. That was crazy. Very impressive shot. 4-0 for Toxic. And a kickoff for Jan. That should open it up for him, if he can find a way to do this a few times. I swear, every game. Farmstead just had one guy in the crowd. Yo, woo! He's excited for Jan. 4-2. Toxic. Double jump onto the sidewall. Not sure why he did that. He's going to use up all the 100 he just got to take this from the midfield to the wall. And Jan will bring it right back to a dangerous position. And he's got to be cleaner with those dribbles. Can't be leaving an opportunity to challenge and then instantly shoot on net. Whether that means trying to flick earlier or as he sets up those fakes, needing to cover the ball better. You can't be having it rest on the top where you can just get immediately stolen from him. What a bounce. Holy cow. That was a crazy bounce. Which was just exaggerated by the fact that Toxic also didn't expect it. Double for Jan. Not going to happen. He would have missed anyways. Toxic takes it away. His flick almost enough to speed it past. Halfway through the game, he's got his early 3-goal lead. Nice little bump to finish that off. Jan has to find a way to get out of here and reset on boost without putting himself out of position. I think he's done a decent job. Toxic can't chase him down. I think Toxic, he's able to turn this into a goal. I was going to say, he's basically just playing damage control, if you ask me, and he played it a little bit too long. He got greedy. I felt like he should have been playing damage control, but it's clear he felt like he was potentially going to get a goal off of that really dangerous zero boost attempt in Jan's half. Oh, nice use of the resets. Recognition that the challenge is coming right away. So as soon as he gets it, he needs to use it to pop it over. That's just really smart aerial play. You're only going to see from some of the best players. And Jan is one of them. You have to be so comfortable in the air to truly feel like you can use your flip whenever you need to at any point during the flight. You'll see lots of top players who can make similar kind of reset plays, but they're almost like robots designed to get the reset and use it at the same kind of time. The top players, so clear that they will just react to any situation they need to. Toxic getting way too far ahead, I thought, of this air dribble, but enough to protect it long enough to take away the possible save angle. Yan is only able to accelerate it into his own net. Toxic, low 50. Back to the midfield. 2-goal lead with a minute left to go. He does seem to be slowing it down now. Maybe trying to bait Yan into a bad touch. Maybe we're realizing why doing that was a bad idea, or not doing that was a good idea last game when he did not slow down and he just kept playing aggressive offense, because he just lost the ball here. Not do a great job of holding on to it. Is he trying to chase Yan down, or what's going on? He is going to have to hand over another possession. And that was an incredibly greedy shot, but I didn't expect that. That's one way to make it work. Just such a long shot that Toxic was definitely going to save. And I felt like Toxic was going to be able to save with ease, but as proven by what happened, he was not able to save with ease. He only barely got a touch. And then Yan was able to finish it off. So 6-6, 30 seconds left to go. A small best of 3 here played in ranked between these two. We'll see which one of them comes out on top. Toxic, oh my goodness, what a shot. Just barely saved. He can't finish it off. He tried to continue it. He did steal that back corner boost. And that was a greedy power shot. I know you had Yan on the ropes, but not from that far away. Were you going to make him miss? Oh no, Toxic, you just handed over the bread and butter for Yan. How could you do that? No, Toxic. That's a death sentence. That's exactly where Yan wants the ball. He has 0 boost. Oh, he went for a pinch. He just didn't hit it. And so instead, he lobbed up the easiest of takes for a guy like Yan from FURIA. So it will be a best of 3 win for Yan. Looking good in London in his warm-up 1v1 matches in ranked that he's been playing. Hopefully we'll see more ranked 1v1 from some other players who are not from EU playing against the EU greats like Toxic. These have been some awesome replays. Hopefully we'll see some more. I'll see you guys next time.